Hey Wealth Lab users, Glitch here. Today we're going to talk about what's new in Wealth Lab 7, Build 16 and 17. There's a lot to cover, so let's get started. The first item on the list is same bar exits. So in Wealth Lab 7, the backtester processes a strategy on a bar by bar basis. So if you're running it on daily data, each bar is one trading day. So it processes a single bar, and then based on the information on that bar, you may get a signal which represents a trade that you need to place on the following bar. So because of this, it's been a little bit difficult to model trading strategies where you want to issue for example, a stop order or a limit profit target right on the same bar that you entered. So this new feature, same bar exits, allows this to happen in build 16. So let's see how it's implemented. There's two different ways of doing it, and they are both implemented in C# strategies in Wealth Lab. It's currently not possible to do these same bar exits in building block strategies. So let's see how we do it here in a C# coded strategy. So here in the strategy, we have a place trade call, and place trade is the method that you use to generate an order in Wealth Lab 7. The result of this place trade call is a transaction object. So it's an instance of the transaction class. So if we go to our quick ref here, we can see the transaction class and look at all of its relevant properties and methods. There's two new properties we added that facilitate same bar exits. They are auto stop loss price and auto profit target price. So when you set values to the properties on your transaction instance, Wealth Lab 7 will attempt to sell if the price hits one of those limits on the same bar. So let's run the strategy. Here I have it set up to run on Microsoft. And let's see the result of using these new properties. Okay, so here we have a chart with some buy and sell arrows. We have a line here. This little silver line is basically plotting 2% below the closing price. So this test strategy is using limit orders to buy 2% below the closing price of the current bar. So here's a little kind of side tip that I want to show about how I plotted this line. So the source of a line is this time series variable that I named mult source, and it's just calculated by taking the closing price of the bar history that we're testing on and multiplying it by a value here that resolves to 0.98. So that here I have that mult source. But since I want to, on the chart, I want to see that line in kind of reference to the buy and sell arrows, I'm shifting it one bar to the right. So when it's plotted, it's actually offsetting it one bar. So now on the chart, I get like a nice intersection here of right where the entry price intersects that line. But the important thing to notice here is that the entries and exits are happening on the same bar in most cases. I mean, there are some trades like here where neither one of the same bar exits were hit, so it's just going into its normal exit. But in many or most of the cases here, the exit is occurring on the same bar as the entry. So that's pretty new and unique for Wealth Lab 7. Let's take a look here. We have some green circles. These represent profitable exits, and these red circles represent unprofitable exits. So there you go, same bar exits in action. Let's also take a note of the profit here of the strategy. It's 102%. So we're now going to check out the second way of activating these same bar exits. And that's using a new method that you can override in your strategy class. So in Wealth Lab 7, C#.NET strategies are all derived from this base class here, user strategy base. So we introduced a new method here called assign auto stop target prices. So it gives you an instance of the transaction class, and here in the method I'm doing just like I did before. I'm assigning values to auto stop loss price and auto profit target price, but the difference is I'm given a new piece of information. I'm given the execution price of the trade. So now I can make the decision of how to set these stop loss and profit target prices based on the actual execution price, which is pretty powerful. So here I'm setting the stop loss to the execution price, 2% below and 1% above for the profit target. This will also work in live trading. If you are auto trading and you're connected to a broker and Wealth Lab 7 places a buy order and it gets filled, then if you assign values to these, Wealth Lab 7 will issue the appropriate sell orders, the stop loss and or profit target, which can now be based on the actual execution price of the live order. So let's run this again on Microsoft and take a look at the results. So once again, we have our same bar exits taking place, but take a look here at the profit. Using the new method, increase the profit substantially to 228%. So there you go, same bar exits in build 16 of Wealth Lab 7. Next, let's take a look at the accounts tool. So here, if you go to the tools menu, accounts, it'll pull up this accounts tool here. Here it gives us all the information on our connected accounts. This is my Alpaca paper account, and here are the accounts that come with the dummy broker in Wealth Lab 7. It gives you all of your account value, buying power, and positions here. You can also do things like close all the positions in a selected account, kind of flatten the account. So a lot of new information available in Wealth Lab 7 for your accounts. These are going to be made use of much further in future builds, and we'll get into that later. So another new feature we added is a command line. You can run Wealth Lab 7 with a command line argument. If you say /u in the command line, it'll automatically update the data, for example. /c will then also close Wealth Lab after the data update is complete. So a lot of our users who are keen on automation requested this, so we implemented that. One other thing is you can now manually enter strategy parameter values. So let's take a quick look at that. Here's one of our same bar exit strategies I was showing before. It has a number of parameters here. Previously you had to set them by the sliders, but now you can go in and type in the precise parameter value you want to use in case you really want that precision when establishing your parameter values. So there's a couple other miscellaneous features you can take a look at in the changelog, but that kind of covers the core major new features in build 16 and 17 of Wealth Lab 7. I'll be continuing to catch up on the latest builds. We've kind of fallen behind a little bit in these videos, so keep an eye out for future build highlight videos. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you on the forum.